Hey, what's up guys, this is Ben with Whistling.Beardo. Hey, what's up guys, this is Ben with Whistling.Beardo.
Scratch that.
What's up guys, this is Ben with Whistling. Alright, so here's the... I'm just gonna sit back actually on this one. I'm gonna make myself comfortable because I feel like that's the only way that I'm gonna be able to seriously really get this off my chest. It's really a while that I've talked about this. The only reason I'm talking about it right now is because YouTube is at a crossroads, and I think I'm joining, or I started to be more active at a time that YouTube, I think, needs something like me. Okay, so let's just get this started, like seriously. Okay, so this video is going to be broken up into two parts. Part one is explaining what caused me to go through this change, and then the second part of the video is going to explain what I did to help myself out. So this is part one, I guess. I'm not even sure how it's going to go. I guess it starts off with a relationship, just like everybody else. I met this girl at work. She was a patient, and I didn't really talk to her, but I was young. I was really young, and she was young as well. And so she came in with her family, and I didn't talk to her. I didn't make a move. I didn't think anything. I thought she was, you know, what anybody thinks when they see somebody that they end up going out with. And everything wasn't more than what it was, which was work. And so she left. Nothing happened. A few days later, her mom comes in, you know, for the follow-up, and she didn't come with her. You know, didn't make a big deal out of it, but she did talk, or her mom did talk to me about her. I was working on her little sister at the moment. Don't really want to go into what the profession is, but I was working with her for a little bit, and her mom is explaining to me that her daughter likes dancing, that her daughter likes music, her daughter likes this, and her daughter likes that. So I kind of took it as a sign that her daughter must have been talking about me, or, you know, something like that. So what ends up happening is that night I end up looking for her daughter online. So I found her daughter online. We started messaging here back and forth, and that's how we ended up talking the first time. And the first time it actually didn't work out, and I think if I would have learned the first time, maybe I wouldn't have repeated the second time, or I would have been able to predict what would have happened the second time. And that's what part two is also going to explain, how part two helped me realize how the first time was connected to the second time in the problem that we had in our relationship. We dated a few times, we went out on a couple occasions, and we visited each other. That's another thing that I keep forgetting to mention, is that we were in a long distance relationship. She was up north, and I was, you know, down south here in Southern California. I'm down south here in Southern California, and she was up north in Northern California, so it was a little difficult for us to see each other. Nevertheless, we did end up seeing each other for a few times, and, you know, things were, I thought, were going good. I asked her out a few times, but she definitely didn't think it would work out because we were in a long distance relationship. But this is where the problem came in. So her birthday was approaching. When her birthday approached, I had planned to go up there to celebrate her birthday. She had told me not to go up, which I didn't. To find out later on that her ex had went up, and to what I thought, and what I still believe till this day, they got together. Her ex lived down here, I think, or he lived somewhere else. So I mean, it was still a long distance relationship, so it was kind of a shock to me that she didn't want to be with me, and she'd rather, but I kind of let it go, and it honestly didn't hurt the first time. It did hurt the first time, but I think the first time I was able to get over it much quicker than the second time. I mean, like I said, the second time I had to use some help. So we stopped talking for, you know, those reasons, and I thought nothing of it. But eventually we did find each other again, through social media, through emails, I believe, or through old letters. We ended up messaging each other, and at the time we were both single, so we decided to try it out again. Only this time it was a lot different because we were both at different stages of our life. She was almost done with school, I was pretty much set with work. We were pretty much done. At school, it came a time where she really needed me because of stressful times, And because she was up north and I was down south, I was moving a lot. And at work, it was starting to conflict a little bit. Not necessarily where it would affect my work. It wouldn't look too good when the person that is probably the most crucial at work isn't at work. Even though everything is taken care of, it's still the captain of the boat who's not on the boat. To the point where she was on her finals and I had to get the ultimatum to either go to work or go up with her. And she gave me the same ultimatum where it's either stay at work and not be with her or go up there and go with her. But I decided to leave work, and at that point that's when work decided to fire me. This was the job that I kind of thought I was set at. I wasn't really necessarily set, because now that I think back, and again, the thing that helped me out, helped me realize that maybe this was all for a reason. Maybe I wasn't meant to stay at the job that I was at. So I'm not fully mad, but I mean, you still can hate, right? So this time we started dating a few times, just like the time, and we actually had a rough start, kind of like the first time. I asked her out a few times and she denied it. She didn't really want to do it, so I kind of started giving up. But then it came to the one point where I was kind of just ready to give up, and I gave her the ultimatum where I told her either we're an item or I'm pretty much done. I mean, I really don't understand what's the point of us being together if we're not together. At that point, things started working out a little bit more and we started going out. But then a couple months went down the road, and I think it was pretty much after a year, or maybe a year in the relationship. Things got a little bit stressful again when her lease was up and it was time for her to move out. At this point, I guess she wasn't really sure if in with somebody else or if she was going to just stay by herself. And I guess the stress kind of got to her. The point is, she decided to move in with her best friend for a while she looked for a place. And I was kind of trying to help her out looking for a place, but at the same time, because I had just lost my job and I had just found a new job, I couldn't really leave work as much as I did last time. This time, she decided to move in with her ex. Now, this is where things got a little tricky, because things are so blurry that I don't even remember. I feel, and I'm almost sure we were still together while she moved in with her ex. For obvious reasons, I believe you guys should probably expect that she cheated. Maybe we broke up and things weren't really official, or maybe it was one of those where you break up and you're not really sure things are working out, and it's still what makes it a little bit more confusing, I guess, because, you know, somebody was still invested in the whole relationship. And that's when things kind of, you know, obviously came crashing down because of what I had gone through so much before I was at now, where we were basically broken up. I had thought this was the one that I was going to be with, which is why I kind of left the job. And so that kind of left me really broken. And that's what if you really want to see what I used, or if you really want to know what ended up happening to this situation, I think you should watch the next video. The next video is going to explain a little bit more, but the next video will have some more political meaning behind it.